morning. It's October the 12th, and we're going to take our ratio discussion into percentages today. Specifically, we'll be solving percentages with double number lines, okay? By the end of the week, you'll have several strategies, but today we're going to start with double number lines, okay? So your learning target is to use double number lines to represent percentages. So if you'll pause the video very shortly, long enough to write this down in your notes. Okay, so let's talk about percentages. Each of three friends, Lynn, Jada, and Andre, had the goal of raising $40. How much money did each person raise? Be prepared to explain your reasoning. Well, Lynn raised 100%. 100%, you should be thinking to yourself, relates to one whole. Okay, so what is 100%? Well, how much did she want to raise? 40. So 100% would be $40. Now, you should also be in the habit of thinking that 50% is equivalent to 1/2. So if Jada only raised 50%, we're talking about half of $40. So half of $40 would be how much? Well, half of 40 would be 20. Now, Andre raised 150%. Well, isn't 150% 100% plus 50%? And we've already got those two numbers taken care of. What was 100%? Well, 100% was 40, and 50% was 20. 40 plus 20, $60. So Andre would have raised $60. Okay? All right, so let's break it down a little further. Oh, and here, 40% is 100% of the goal. $20, half of 100 is 50, and half of 40 is 20. And then the last one, and this talks about tick marks. We'll get into that in just a minute. Okay? All right, so Elena biked 8 miles on Saturday. Use the double number line to answer the questions. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. Okay? And I'm going to get a pencil for this just so I can erase in case I make a mistake. Not planning on it, but you never know. Okay? So Elena biked 8 miles. So where does that 8 go up here? What does it relate to? Is it 0%, 25, 50? Okay. If you said 100%, you would be correct. Okay, so we're going to put 8 right there. 100% is 8 miles. So how are we going to break this down? Well, notice that this line down here is broken down by 25s. Am I going to break this one down by 25s? No, I can't, because my first one is 8. And this is why I have a pencil. Okay? This first one is 8. Well, isn't this tick mark halfway between 0 and 8? What number's between 0 and 8? If you said 4, you would be correct. Okay? Well, same thing here. What's halfway between 0 and 4? That's going to be 2. Halfway between 4 and 8, that's going to be 6. By now, you should begin to see a pattern. What is the pattern? What are you skip counting by? Well, you're skip counting by 2s. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this double number line. Okay? Question 2 says, on Sunday she biked 75% of her Saturday distance. Well, 75% is how many miles? 6 miles. Okay? On Monday, she biked 125% of her Saturday distance. 125%. And that's going to be 10 miles. Okay? Now, do you have any questions about how I laid this out? Okay? I just reasoned through it logically. Just reason through it logically and recognize the pattern. Here's a little bit better explanation, especially this one. Why did I multiply by 1.25? Well, 1.25 is equivalent to 125%. If I'm changing percents to decimals, I move the decimal, which is at the end right now, but I move it 2 places to the left. Okay? I could have used that as well. Questions? Okay, so let's go to the cool down. And we're going to go over this together just because I think we need some more, little bit more practice. A large bottle of juice contains 500 milliliters of juice. So where's that 500 going to go? Well, that large bottle is 100% of the juice. So we're going to put that 500 right here above the 100%. Now, this number line is a little bit different. The ones before had things broken down for you. Okay? But this one, we've got to put our own numbers in. So I've got to decide how far is it from 0 to 10. In other words, how many increments? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 100 divided by 10 is going to be 10. So each one of these tick marks is going to be at 10. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And this is our percent line. Okay? And I could keep going. I could keep going if I wanted to. 140, 150, and 160. Okay? I've got to do the same thing up here. How many tick marks is it from 0 to 500? Well, it's going to be the same number, isn't it? So 500 divided by 10, I'm going to have a tick mark every 50. So this is going to be 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, 700, 750, and 800. Okay? A medium bottle contains 70% as much juice. All I've got to do is find my 70%. So how much juice is in the medium bottle? 350 milliliters. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, I want to show you one more thing. If I set this up as a proportion, let's go ahead and circle out 2 of these that we know. Okay, here's what we know. We know 500 over 100, and we know something over 70. Could I do a bit of cross multiplying to find my answer? Yes, I could. 70 times 500 and then divide by 100. That's another way that I could find my ratio. And you should still come up with 350. Okay, any questions? All right, so what I want you to do is go to IXL S10 and work on percents of numbers and money amounts. Okay, y'all have a good day.